Farmers Sir Albert Howard and Lady Eve Balfour have clearly demonstrated the benefits of organic foods for human health. I've never heard of those people. Their studies of various cultures and the relationship between nutrition and disease brought out 3 points of significance with regard to healthy groups of people. First of all, these communities lived under harsh conditions at times with limited resources for food, yet they did not suffer from the physical and nervous disorders now so rife among civilized communities. Secondly, they represented a wide variety of races and environments. Their diets varied greatly in the amounts of protein and carbohydrates consumed. And finally, they consumed mainly whole foods. Processing was minimal, and all edible portions of a food were consumed so as to limit waste. Take Lady Eve Balfour, for example. She was a founding member of the British Soil Association, a farmer and lifetime student of nutrition while serving as the director of the longest-run experiment comparing conventional and organic farming methods. She is most likely the person responsible for Great Britain's organic movement. After a survey of Dr. Price's research on the healthiest people in the world, she said, "The only discernible common factor other than good air seems to be that the diets of all these groups are whole diets in the full sense of the word. There is a complete and continuous transference of health from a fertile soil through plant and or animal to man and back to the soil again. The whole carcass, the whole grain, the whole fruit or vegetable, these things fresh from their source, and that source is fertile soil. Herein appears to lie the secret." So Einstein continues, "I'm going to fine-tune your doctor's recommendations, provided you're willing to follow my advice." "Of course, Dr. Einstein. I won't try to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. Rather, I will build upon what works, moving toward a greater understanding of the whole. I suggest you buy and eat organic produce and meats whenever possible. Organic foods don't contain dangerous chemical residues such as pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides. Free-range organic meats are raised on high-quality pesticide-free feed without toxic hormones." Do you think then, Mr. Einstein, that the reason I've not lost weight and felt worse on this diet is because I've been eating commercially farmed produce, commercially raised meats, and processed low-fat foods? Judging by the way you feel when eating processed foods, you can see that these foods are truly toxic and potentially damaging to the body and mind. While it is important to wean yourself from processed foods and sodas and to drink plenty of good clean water, you must also identify your metabolic type. Each of us has different nutritional needs. To feel your best, you must eat what's right for you. Later, I'll provide you with a questionnaire that will help me determine your metabolic type. You may have been eating the wrong foods or in the wrong amounts for your type. Eating incorrectly for your makeup will shift your body out of a balanced state and can eventually lead to disease. Furthermore, by cutting down on the toxins entering your body from poor food and drink choices and by reducing the amount of sugar in your diet, you'll see a dramatic difference. If you eat organic free-range meats, you don't have to worry about cutting the fat away, and you can eat red meats. In no time, you have more energy, your cholesterol levels are likely to normalize, and you'll be far more interested in getting the exercise you need. Just as you need to determine which are the right foods and proportions that are best for you, you must also choose the best type of exercise or movement and in the right amount for you. I can refer you to a Czech practitioner who can get you started with the stretching and exercise program that will benefit you the most. To be honest, Dr. Einstein, I've never really liked to exercise. Don't let that stop you. You may be surprised to find that some of the non-traditional approaches to exercise are quite enjoyable. It's more complicated than I thought. It's all connected somehow: diet, exercise, and state of mind. Indeed, each of the stressors in your body has an accumulative effect. You and your body are a physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual component of the universe. You're very much like a star in a galaxy comprised of key systems such as the musculoskeletal, visceral, limbic, and hormonal, which are linked to each of the more subtle body systems such as the emotional, mental, and spiritual. I want you to imagine each of these systems as a separate sink, yet each plumbed together. Now, considering that you are constantly overworking and are rife with financial stress, as an example, you could see how that will result in a lot of stress being poured into the physical and limbic sinks. To help your body recover both physically and mentally, you must get to sleep earlier in order to provide your body with adequate repair time. The body always wants to find balance and minimize stress on any given body system. As you can see, the natural tendency is for the body to share the stress with the organ systems and hormonal system. This is one reason why so many people go to doctors with seemingly unrelated symptoms, only to be given drugs to treat the symptoms they're asking the doctor to take away. Most drugs, being harmful to the body, put stress on the liver and other organ systems, leading to even more stress to be shared with the rest of the body. Eventually, there's no single major problem in many cases, just a lot of small problems that can grow into bigger ones if left unattended. This is amazing, Dr. Einstein. For the first time, I'm really beginning to understand my body. I'm also beginning to understand that maybe I need to take a look at my life from a bigger perspective, like you do. I'm going to follow your advice, but I'd appreciate it if you could recommend a book that will reinforce what you've taught me here today. I want to surprise my doctor when I come in for my next checkup. The book I recommend is titled How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy by Pt.3, a well-known holistic health practitioner. Thank you, Dr. Einstein. My time with you has been very enlightening. How long do you think it will take me to get my body shape and my energy back? If you work at it consistently, you can make an amazing transformation in just 3 to 6 months, and in a year you'll look and feel at least 10 years younger. But remember, you must make all these a part of your new lifestyle to continue your quest for optimal health. Case history: Myra Hetch, client of Pt.3. Myra was a client of a level 4 Czech practitioner who needed some expert help coaching and managing this client. Myra was referred to Paul, who found that her serious case of endometriosis was complicated by dietary, religious, and spiritual beliefs that were proving challenging to the Czech practitioner who was working with her. Endometriosis is not only a disease process very common among busy, successful women today. Sadly, it is present in 2 other women in my family. This painful, debilitating disease process caused me to have a very erratic menstrual cycle, often with a lot of pain and excessive bleeding. The experience of endometriosis was very frustrating for me because I was raised in a family that practiced the teachings of Rudolf Steiner and was educated in Steiner's Waldorf school system. I always felt like I was eating in a healthy way and really don't like killing and eating animals, as a big part of my life's work is protecting them. Having seen a number of doctors and functional medicine practitioners, taking a wide variety of supplements and natural medicines, doing multiple cleanses, and exercising regularly, I was frustrated at my lack of improvement. Pt.3 did a very comprehensive assessment on me that included looking at me physically, emotionally, mentally, and an exploration of my spiritual beliefs and practices. He then shared the results of his evaluation and highlighted several key areas he felt that developing more awareness would be helpful to bring about balance. Paul started by teaching me how to understand and apply his 4-doctor system of holistic living. Fortunately, he had a deep understanding of Rudolf Steiner's teachings. He educated me on the fact that through Steiner encouraged his followers to live a vegetarian lifestyle. He also taught that no one should become a vegetarian until it happens naturally and they can remain healthy. This was very important for me because I now understand that being a vegetarian is a common misunderstanding of Rudolf Steiner's teachings. I have seen many people become vegetarians only to have a wide variety of health problems. They became vegetarians because it was natural and couldn't stay healthy. One of the first things Paul wanted to know is what my dream was. I shared that I choose to devote my life to helping underprivileged children around the world, as well as protecting natural resources. As we progressed in therapy together, Paul always showed me how each action item he suggested would directly support my ability to live my dream effectively. He encouraged me to challenge any beliefs or thoughts that were not dream affirmative. I learned how to balance working out with working in, and to adjust how I exercise based on my body-mind needs each day. I learned how to manage my sleep cycle and sleep environment effectively. Naturally, the biggest transition for me was my diet. I had to face the hard evidence that though I thought eating as a vegetarian was the best way for me, others in the planet, I was not healthy and vital eating that way. Paul helped me understand eating from a much deeper spiritual perspective and informed me that if my body and soul guided me to being vegetarian again, it would be the right thing to do at that time. He taught me to use a 4-day rotation diet, increasing the variety of foods I was eating and how to use diet log information, muscle testing, and soul connection to regulate my choices and amounts of flesh food each meal. Step by step, day by day, my vitality improved and my endometriosis completely cleared naturally. When I got overly ambitious and traveled, worked, or did more exercise than my body could handle, my symptoms began to return. Each time, Paul helped me fine-tune my relationship with my body, mind, and soul, and after 2 years of coaching with him, I can honestly say I have the tools and knowledge to manage myself and live my dreams fully. I'm confident that your application of Paul Chek's book, How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy, and his holistic 4-doctor system of self-management will be an amazing experience for you too, if you are truly ready to live your dreams. With blessings for your journey, Myra. You can never solve a problem on the level on which it was created. Albert Einstein. You can achieve anything you want in life if you have the courage to dream it, the intelligence to make a realistic plan, and the will to see that plan through to the end. Sidney A. Friedman. How to use Chapter 2, How to Use Your Eat, Move, and Be Healthy program. Portions of this book may conflict with previous thoughts on nutrition and fitness. I urge you to consider the material presented here with an open mind. You may wish to conduct your own investigation. It's up to you to decide how to proceed with the information provided. Perhaps you'll find data here that substantiates what you've heard in the past, but that left you with no plan of action. My goal is to lead you towards health and vitality. There are probably as many ways to get there using this book as there are individuals. Whether you already have an active workout routine or hate to exercise, you'll find a plan of action that suits you. We'll explain why no one diet fits all, and we'll help you develop eating habits that are right for your primal pattern diet type. This book is organized in modules, so once you've completed the steps below, you can either read it straight through, cover to cover, or begin with the sections that will benefit you the most. The questionnaires will identify which sections to take on first. Follow the steps below to create a customized plan of action. Step 1A. Define your core values. Clearly defining your dream, goal, or objectives, and your core values will help to keep you focused. Read the section on getting the most from this book on pages 4 to 10 and complete the worksheet on page 11. This will help guide you as you go through the next few steps. If you are unsure about any question or section, just write down something that resonates with you right now. You can go back and revise these values as you move through your How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy program. Step 1B. Complete the questionnaires. Your scores will identify which of your body systems are stressed. Complete the nutrition and lifestyle questionnaires on pages 28 to 36. Take your time and answer the questions as accurately as possible. These results, together with your current fitness level, will determine the starting point for your exercise program. Chart and total your scores using the score chart on page 37. Step 2. Complete the primal pattern diet test. Develop an eating plan that's right for you. Fill out the primal pattern diet test on pages 38 to 41. It's important to take your time and answer the questions as accurately and honestly as possible. To do this, forget about everything you have been told about what you should and shouldn't eat. Answer the questions based on how you would prefer to eat if you could eat what you innately desire. Read Chapter 3, the No Diet, starting on page 43, which shows you how to eat according to your primal pattern type. And begin following your diet plan on page 234 or 235. Step 3. Movement. Build a personalized exercise program to achieve your goals. Stretches. This chapter is a must-read for everyone. There are many benefits of stretching. If you don't like to stretch, it probably means that you don't need to. If you already enjoy stretching, you may learn which muscles no longer need to be stretched and find some that you've been missing. Go through the stretch tests on pages 88 to 95. Place a check mark by each of the stretches listed on your stretching test sheet on pages 96 to 97. When you feel tightness or restriction when performing the test, begin your workouts or even your day with the stretches you checked on your sheet. If time is limited, always choose stretches over exercise to balance your body. Energy building exercises. If you scored high in any of the sections on your questionnaires in step 1, immediately begin implementing exercises for the zones that correspond to that section. You'll find several exercises to choose from for each zone listed at the end of chapter 6. This is also a must-read for anyone who is not interested in traditional exercises, as you learn how to work out without really working out. Implement exercises for each zone that you scored in the high priority range on your questionnaires. Prioritize your zone exercises by focusing on the zones with high scores to the left side of your score sheet, working to the right as time permits. Experiment with each of the exercises to find ones that you enjoy. Core function. Perform the core function tests on pages 124 to 125. If you do not pass any of these tests, perform the test as an exercise until you can pass the test. Exercise programs. Choose the exercise program suited for your body based on the total score from your nutrition and lifestyle questionnaires. Note, if you scored in the low or medium range but do not currently exercise, start with the TLC or Energizer programs. If you qualify for the performance program, complete at least one Energizer and one Vitalizer program from start to finish before beginning the performance program. If you do not feel sore after these workouts, proceed with the performance program. If you do feel sore, either immediately after or for up to 2 days after the workout, stick with the program for a few weeks or until you no longer experience post-workout soreness before progressing to the more advanced programs. Follow the sample workout schedule for your program on pages 172 to 187. If you have dieted in the past, are a woman who has given birth, or if you have back pain, read the appropriate sections of Chapter 9. If you wish to build your own program, read Chapter 10. Step 4. Nutrition and lifestyle. Fine-tune diet and lifestyle issues to achieve optimal health. Read the chapters recommended for each section in which you scored in the medium or high range on your questionnaires. Begin implementing the recommended strategies immediately. Focus on the highest scores working from left to right on your score sheet. Retest in 4 weeks. After following your How to Eat, Move, and Be Healthy program for 4 weeks, it is time to retest. Complete all of the nutrition and lifestyle questionnaires again. If your total score has dropped into a lower zone and you are not experiencing post-workout soreness, you may safely increase your workout time and circuits, frequency of workouts per week, or progress to the next workout level. If your score has not dropped into a lower zone, review the checkpoints for each section in which you scored high, and work on fine-tuning your eating and lifestyle. Make sure to include energy-building exercises in your program as well. You may wish to revisit your Dream and 4 Dr. Corvallis worksheet on page 11. As your body-mind becomes healthier, your dream and priorities can change. Make sure what you wrote 4 weeks ago is still in alignment with how you feel now. Experience is not what happens to you. It's what you do with what happens to you. Aldous Huxley. Case history. Jeff, client of Sue Gray, Czech practitioner level 1, Czech HLC level 2, golf biomechanic, UK. When Jeff called to cancel his game with my husband, I could tell immediately there was something seriously wrong. Jeff's voice, usually so buoyant and always the comedian, sounded flat and despondent. Apparently a severe attack of breathlessness had taken him to his doctor, who prescribed a course of steroid tablets and armed him with an inhaler. Asthma, he was told. Reduce your stress and change your life. Jeff was devastated and freely admitted that he had no idea where to start. I told him about the benefits that I and others had found from following a personally tailored Czech program, a holistic approach to health and fitness, where the responsibility for maintaining health is placed with the individual. He was keen to give it a try, so I immediately dispatched him a set of intake forms. Jeff can best fill you in on his background. Like most of my peers, I've had my share of ups and downs in life. Show me a man in his 50s who hasn't. Then, just when my life seemed to be running on an even keel, having found my soulmate, I was run aground. Completely out of the blue, I